We actually talk about it as distance education and training now. And the goal is to train the people who are going to manage the course development area. Not the developers themselves, not the instructional designers themselves, but the people who manage those people. And we think that's the key. There is no systematic way of going about getting the skills to work in a distance education organization. And so almost all the people who work in those organizations, like you and me, we learned it by hook or by crook, by just stepping in.
A very, very critical element, in the last 2 years, we've really turned around the manner in which the University of South Africa operates in the rest of the African continent. We've moved much more in the direction of partnerships. Partnerships with governments, partnerships with higher education institutions, potentially creating hubs in different parts of the continent. That at one level has increased, in fact doubled, the participation rate of students from other African countries. But what that has also done is to increase partnerships with institutions, with governments, but also we are looking at other questions of joint research projects for postgraduate students, joint supervision of postgraduate students. We're looking at our curriculum afresh to see how our curriculum reflects not just South Africa, but in fact our African orientation. We've had to look at our systems and procedures within UNISA, accreditation, recognition, equivalences of qualifications with other African states and other African institutions. So it's becoming a major challenge. I think it is changing the face of the University of South Africa from being just a South African institution to becoming an African institution.
Well, the ship has to run faster through the water, actually, because in this highly competitive environment, you can't, you have to be quite nimble-footed. And we haven't really had to be particularly nimble-footed before. We've got our programs, we've got our renewals and all those, the refreshing of curricula and all that kind of stuff. But when you've got so many players in the market, you better be very careful about which courses you choose to invest a lot of money in producing, which courses you're going to start from fresh, which new, and the timing of producing the courses is no longer a matter of, I mean, I don't suppose it was ever a matter of, and certainly in the very early days it was very, very stressed environment to producing stuff quick enough to meet all the skepticism and at the quality which was important. But it's now become important as well because if you're in a highly competitive environment, being quick to the market, being cost effective, so you've got to, and being quality are all things which bring to bear on your ability to stay a leader in the market. And we would like to see ourselves as a leader in the market, and we want to stay a leader in the market, and that's not a simple matter to achieve.
Thank you, Professor Gourley. In this program, we've enjoyed a voyage around the globe, listening to a number of world leaders in distance education. We've heard what their views are on a number of key issues, such as technology and change management, as well as listen to their opinions on the major challenges currently facing distance education. No doubt there will be other advances and issues that will emerge in the next few years that will continue to challenge them and others who are helping to make distance education the dynamic and growing mode of education for the new millennium.